commented on her weight.
That's a lie. I never did that. On my kids, I never did that.
I have a whole entire video proof on this phone of Alex talking to her man, saying exactly what went down. And I'm honestly, because I woke up this morning, keep in mind, if I'm going to keep it honest, I'm 3 months postpartum. I don't feel very secure in my body. I woke up getting completely body shamed by a bunch of people because they thought that Alex called her, or I don't even know, whatever she said on live. I don't even remember exactly what it was. And then I even went up to him and I was like, did you really say that about her? Because it made me feel like, what do you think about me? And then he told me, he was like, no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. And he told me a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to expose tea like that. But I literally have on a phone call her own boyfriend saying that she says things for clout.
I never said that. I never said that she gained weight. That's none of my, come on, man. I kept it casual.
He said that Vazi cooks. Vazi, her man.
She told me Vazi cooks.
Yeah, but she said that because we were all in the kitchen and I heard that part. And then I went into the room with Kayla where because his mom cooked salmon.
But I would never say, it's not my place to ever say that she gaining weight. I never said that.
No, but
her man said that.
Yeah, so my bad. I guess, why do I get so mixed up with he's and she's? His mom, okay, they showed up late. And then the salmon was sitting there on the countertop. And then she was saying, and I was there for that part. And she was saying she wants to eat it, but she doesn't know if it's heated or not. And then Alex said, put it in the air fryer. Then Alex said to just stop at a place to go get food.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to eat that.
Yeah.
And at that point, I went into the room with Kayla because Kayla wanted to put makeup on me. And then, so he was sitting out there with her. Well, not sitting out there with her, but it was just them two for a second. But keep in mind, doors are, nothing's weird happening. And the house is, small. And then, I guess during that time, she was saying, Vazi cooks for me. Vazi cooks, or Devin, whatever she calls him. Devin cooks homemade meals for me. And then...
She tried to say it twice to me. I said, I heard you.
Yeah, so and then a little bit after that...
Because I was trying to be loyal.
A little bit after that, it was just me and McCartney in the room, Toxic in the room. And then him and her man were outside. And then Vazi was the one bringing up the weights. And then he said, well, you cook for her, don't you?
That about a girl that I don't date. One, number two, she was trying to talk to me more than anything. I was trying to de-escalate things. I wasn't trying to talk to her. I was trying to be respectful. She had her boyfriend there. Why would I ever say that she gained weight?
Someone said, "Oh, please, you want the video?"
Why would I ever say that she gained weight? Why would I ever say that? Why would I ever say that? Out of curiosity, why?
Okay, so this is Alex on the phone.
To get under her skin? Nah.
This is Alex on the phone with Toxic's man.
That? You know I never said that.
She said, I gotta get what's that now, bro. I told her, no, stop this. She always says stuff for Clout. She always does things for Clout.
Do you hear that? Her own man said that's not what I said to her. She always says things for clout. Listen closely.
Wait, I never said that. You know I never said that.
She said, I gotta get what's that now, bro. I told her, no, stop this. She always says stuff for Clout.
She always does things for Clout. That's what I'm saying. But I never told her that.
I know. I told you said it good and bad. You said she. No,
Wait,
I did not.
Someone said, why record it? Because I'm tired of y'all always thinking that girl tells the truth and nothing but the truth. When she does not. Even her own man says that she says things for clout.
Listen, I know it's hard to hear, but I swear to God, I did not say that.
Listen very closely, y'all. I'm going to play it one more time. Listen very closely. Her man says she always says things for clout.
Wait, I never said that. You know I never said that.
She said, I gotta get what's that now, bro. I told her, no, stop this. She always says stuff for Clout.
She always does things for Clout. That's what I'm saying. But I never
because she wanted to eat the salmon. I said, put it in the air fryer. She didn't know how to put it in the air fryer. So that's when I said, okay, then get some fast food while you're on the way at home. And then she said, but then she said, no, fast food. Bro, and then she said, Vassy cooks me food. I said, that's good. You know, because she's not my girlfriend. I didn't know. I told. No, you didn't say anything bad. No, you did not. I know I didn't. So why is she lying on my name? I never told her shit about gaining weight. Why is she lying on my name? No, she heard me come like that. Yeah, no, but that's not the internet. She took it. The internet's taking it the wrong way. No, because she literally said it. She literally said it. It came out her mouth. She literally said that I said she said.
I'm gonna play the rest of the video, but someone said, y'all childish. No, what I'm not gonna do is wake up to a bunch of people saying that my man wants another girl, my man was focused on another girl, my man this, my man that, when my man wasn't doing ish, but sitting there the whole entire time, minding his own business. Me and McCartney, we had a long time in the room with Kayla. When we were in the room with Kayla, they were outside alone, which is where they had this conversation. There's more to the conversation, but I'm not gonna say all the rest. Who cares? Me, because y'all kept tagging me and shit, saying that my man wants her so bad, and commented on her weight.
Bro, Vassy, bro, I did not tell her that she's gaining weight. If anything, you said that she's gaining.
Vazi's the one that said she's gaining weight.
I never said that.
Vazi said she is gaining weight. And then Alex's response was, well, you've been feeding her.
Because she told me that.
Yeah, after the salmon.
Yeah, because she told me that.
He's making me home-cooked meals. He's making me home-cooked meals, which is fine, but just say it how it is on the internet.
I said, because she wants to eat food. I said, then go.
This is her boyfriend talking, saying she's the one that said it.
She said it twice. She said, Vassy cooks me home-cooked meals. And then she said it while I'm going to Kayla, because I don't want to disrespect nothing, right? And then she's like, Vassy cooks me home-cooked meals. I said, I heard you, McCartney, I heard you. That's good for you. That's good for you. But you didn't say anything back.
I didn't say nothing back.
Thank you. Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
I'm getting like body shamed and stuff. It's hard.
Well, the way she made it sound.
He's basically saying that she says things like that. She makes these scenarios online for views.
This is the most important part. The part in the beginning where her own boyfriend says this in the beginning of the call. Her own boyfriend says this.
I never said that. You know I never said that. She said,
She always says friends to Clout.
She always says stuff for Clout, and y'all sit there and believe it. And I wouldn't have brought it up. I don't care to bring it on to live if she didn't make it seem like my man wants her so bad. It's weird. It's weird. It's very weird. Like, she posted on Snapchat today, like, this is where Kayla was consumed. Like, it's just, it gets a little weird. It does. It really does.
Where was Kayla consumed?
I don't, some ghetto house. I don't know. It wasn't her parents' house. It was like some...
No, I know what house it was.
Yeah, but she's like posting, like, it's just weird. It gets weird. And then she goes on live when Easter was completely civil. It was good. I talked to McCartney. He minded his business. That's how it was. Devin, whatever you call him. I don't know what y'all call him on here. But it's like, it just gets weird because then she goes on the internet and then she's like, Alex commented.
By the way, add our Snapchat. It is FLYYANDKAYLA. Fly and Kayla. But nah, to be honest with you, let me tell you something. It's none of my business.
I was scared. I was not, bro. There was never none of that. Do you? I'm on my phone, bro. I could show you how many times the girl sits there and like everyone knows our address. Let's be honest. She sits there and she pulls up my address and puts it on the maps in her car and says, "I'm on my way."
All right, look, listen. There's no need to be like mad over each other. It's
was
stupid.
a cordial Easter. It was good. It was good vibes. I think everyone. Wait, let me say something. I think everyone was happy on the way that Easter turned out. But then it's like, then you go on live the next day, like trying to make it like weird, and I don't like that.
All I'm saying is, look, like out of the both of you guys do act very much immature. You guys say things that are very immature. And I think, she's definitely older. I think we're all older. I think we should all act like adults, and that's that.
Okay, but I don't start things. I just
finish him. I understand that, but be the bigger person at the end of the day. If you know that person's like that, Quinn, Theory Galaxy.
I love you.
If you know that person's like that, then let her be like that. Fuck that.
And that would be okay. But the part that pisses me off, it's like everyone is tagging me, like making it seem like you want her, like
ignore them,
and you this and you that.
Ignore them. Look, at the end of the day, we know if you know that she makes fake scenarios, let her make them fake scenarios.
No, but I'm tired of people saying that I make fake scenarios. That's the thing, is that people sit there and they say, if y'all listen, only a few people caught it. In the background of our Snapchat, you hear me and McCartney, and I was like, you made me look like a liar though. And she was like, I didn't know you got a percentage of my money. And it's literally in the background, and it's posted on some T page. Dawn, please tag me in it because I know that you've seen it.
This.
A few other people seen it, but everyone always makes me seem like I'm a liar. I'm not a liar, and that's what I don't like, is being perceived as a liar. I don't lie about ish.
Like I said, whatever you guys have both going on, it's dumb, it's stupid.
I don't have anything.
You should be you should be focused on yourself, and she should be focused on herself.
Yes, but you know what her man says to you. You know that woman's very focused in our life.
Yeah, but that's why,
I didn't make it seem like a liar. Our management did. You'll pull up the group chat. Bro, the management already told you to not post the things. McCartney's texting me. Toxic is texting me. The thing is that you made it seem like Alex sat there and commented on your weight when he did not. If you want to call, I could tell you the whole entire conversation that went on between them. And it's even more embarrassing than what I am saying on the internet. Basically, your man was the one that commented on you gaining weight. Alex Fly said that, well, you've been feeding her.
She said her boyfriend said it. Maybe the T-Page just cut it out.
Well, that's not what I got tagged in.
Yeah.
I got tagged being body shamed completely.
Then it's the T-Page's fault.
Posting my body and saying like a bunch of rude stuff about me when I'm literally 3 months postpartum, making me feel insecure as fuck. You believe yours? You believe mine? You believe your man? McCartney, then watch. You believe your man? Because your man said that you say things for clout when we called him today. Well, Alex called him today.
That? You know I never said that.
She said, I said no, bro. I told her no, that's not what I said. He always says stuff for fun.
She always does things for fun. That's what I'm saying. But I never told.
Your man said it out of his own mouth. That's not what was said. She says things for clout. So if you're believing your man, then believe this audio. If you're gonna believe your man, if your man is like almighty, because it came out of your man's mouth. He said you do things for clout. That's what he told you on your daughter? Okay, and that is fine if that's what he told you, but what actually happened, and I'm not gonna say the full thing on here, because
all my kids, he told me you're the one that's gaining weight.
Yeah, and if you wanna, I'll text you the reason why they were talking about that, because I'm not gonna put all that business out here, because I respect. But yeah, he's the one that brought it up. Alex's response was, well, you've been feeding her good, because when we were all inside and you were looking at the salmon, when we were literally all in the kitchen, and then Alex said to air fry it, and then he told you that you could go get fast food or whatever the conversation was, and then you kept saying that your man cooks you food. So that's where he got that from. And then you and me were alone in the room, and they were out in the patio alone, and that's when they started talking. Does that make sense? But no, Alex did not bring up on my son. Alex did not bring up you gaining weight. Your man did, but the conversation was something different. But I'm not going to talk about that on the internet because the conversation was a little more embarrassing. You're not even trying to argue with you. And McCartney, I don't want to argue with you either. I thought Easter was nice. I thought Easter was fun. I thought Easter was something like positive. But then you go on the internet and then you make it look like my man wants you when you know damn well my man was sitting there minding his whole, like, all the business. He was minding his own business. And you know that. You know that. Because I was there. No, what she said is exactly how it happened. She said she has to come in and pee. She walked in the door. He really wasn't Vazi? Oh, now... Okay, explain that to me. Because I could go on and say what the conversation really was. And I have it on recording too, Vazi. Of what the conversation really was. I'm waiting for your text back. He was writing on a notepad while we were all next to each other. Alex, you were writing on a notepad. Wait, hold on, let me read that. Hold on, let me read that properly. On a notepad. Alex, stop smacking, please.
I still have it. Oh no.
Ask him to put it on. This is crazy. Oh, that part of what you told me earlier?
Yeah.
What, you wrote it and it showed it to him?
Yeah. And then we went outside and talked, me and him.
Okay, and when'd you show it to him?
I wrote it on a notepad so I wouldn't say it out loud in front of everybody. But then we went outside anyways. It was just me and him, and then we talked, so I didn't need the notepad.
What, like when we were all outside together?
No, everyone was like inside. But, no.
McCartney, I know what he wrote on a notepad, but do you want me to say it on the public? Yes. Okay, so the conversation was about child support. He sat there, he asked, Vazi, I think Alex started the conversation. I don't know exactly what he said to start the conversation. Basically, Vazi said that if I wasn't in the picture, that child support wouldn't be involved.
Let me explain it. I'll explain it. So, this is what happened. I asked him, yo, are you really going to get this girl pregnant? Because look what she's doing to me. One. Number two, he told me, he's like, I don't mind having a kid. I'll be a dad, but I definitely don't want to be a rebound. Really, in reality, she's putting child support not because of you, but because you're with Kayla. And he told me just like that. He's like, she's been gaining weight, but I don't know if she could be getting these fake tests. And I don't know if it's true or not because she's been gaining weight. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, yeah, she's do fake tests to me too. I'm like, okay, you better watch out. I'm like, have you been watching her buy it? And then he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, good, that's good. He's like, I'm like, but are you okay with having a baby with her and everything? He said, I'm okay as long as I don't feel like she's having a baby because you guys have a baby, Kayla and Fly. And then that's when it went into, I asked him, does it go through your head a lot? And he said, a lot. It goes through my head a lot. And he's like, that's why I don't want to have a baby. But he's like, I wouldn't mind having a baby. That's what.
Kayla, tell it. Well, I would just be repeating what he told me earlier, which is that. Because basically he told me that he brought up child support to Vazi And then Vazi said that if it wasn't for me being in the picture, that she wouldn't have done no child support. And it's basically just because me and him have the baby. Something's like triggering her to where she's going on child support. That's what her... I don't get what that means, toxic. I don't get what that means. And then he asked something about, like, are you guys trying to have a baby? Because toxic is... Okay, I'm hearing out both ends. I am. I really am. I'm hearing out both y'all. Trust me. The head tilt, because I'm reading toxic subtext. But yeah, so basically, and then after, now I lost my train of thought. So allegedly, he said that he's only being put on child support because of me. And then Alex asked about like pregnancy, and then after that,
You real quick. What